Hey, welcome back to Truax Off-Road. In today's video, we're going to take a look at this brand new tent that I have on top of the Jeep. It's from OPENROAD and it's the PeakRoof LT V2. So quite a few things have changed with this version of the tent. We're going to go over some of the specs and features and hopefully you guys can get a good idea if this would be a tent that you'd be interested in. The tent and the ladder come in two separate very heavy-duty cardboard boxes. There's plenty of foam to keep the tent protected as long as no one runs a forklift into it. All of the mounting hardware comes inside of this OPENROAD branded pouch. So the tent only weighs 161 pounds. I've got it on top of my Rhino rack here. And we did some off-roading this past weekend on some pretty gnarly rock crawling trails. And I really didn't notice it up there at all. So after driving around with this on top of the Jeep for the past couple weeks, I have noticed that the wind noise is a little bit louder compared to my old Top Oak Vision XL. It is a different style tent. And this also has the latches up front. And that could be creating some more wind noise. And speaking of the latches, there's 6 of them on here. There's 2 on the front, 1 on each side, and then 2 on the back. And one thing I noticed is there are no locks on any of them. So that could be a plus or a minus depending on how you look at it. You're never gonna have to worry about this thing popping open on the highway. There's enough latches on there to keep this thing closed. But if security is one of your concerns, you might want to figure something else out. So as far as dimensions go, this is gonna be 85 inches long, 52.5 inches wide, and only 4.8 inches in height. And when open, the tent is 56 inches at its tallest point. Opening the tent is very quick and easy. You just undo your 6 latches. You got your 2 on the back. 1 over here on the side. 2 latches on the front. And there's 1 more on the other side. And from here, all you got to do is pick up the back. You're gonna have the bungee that's gonna help keep all the fabric tucked away. Just gonna pull that down. So the ladder comes in a nice carry bag with OPENROAD on the straps here. So you can see here that the ladder has hooks on it, and then there's gonna be multiple spots on the tent here on the side, also on the other side and the back, where you can set this up. Now we'll hop up there and get the rainfly set up. One thing I wish with this style here is that it had the flat bottom of the pole here, because when you put this in, it does like to twist. And having that flat so it kind of lock itself in would really help prevent that. It does have a nice thick pocket sewn in here. So you never have to worry about this actually ripping. I think this is gonna be very durable, but that flat bottom of the pole would be nice to have. So there is 1 boot bag included, and it's got quite a bit of storage in here. It's all with latches on here. Big lined pocket for your shoes, along with a couple more pockets here where you can put, a phone or your wallet or whatever it might be. You're able to hook it onto the railing here using the hooks, or there's an integrated railing at the bottom here. And you could also slide it on there. This is your integrated roof rack. It'd be a great spot to put your solar, traction boards, or even a kayak. So climbing up into the tent, you have big openings, which means big windows. You have a mesh mosquito net here with all the different windows. And you also have your blackout window cover here. The zippers are nice. They have a little covering here to help with the wind noise. They have a good action, and I think they should last you a long time. You're gonna have these little eyelets here where you can roll up your windows and keep them kind of tucked away. And so you have the hoop here, just fold it up, attach it onto one of these guys here, and that's gonna keep everything rolled up nicely and put away. You also have another little bungee here that'll attach here and right over there on the other side. And when you're closing that up, that's just gonna suck more of this fabric in and keep things tucked away nicely as you're closing up the tent. So one of the key features of this tent is gonna be that X hinge that you see right there. It's gonna pick that front of that tent up and give you a lot more room on the foot box of this tent. One other overlooked feature is gonna be this Stabilis Liftomat strut that you have here to open up the tent. I believe they have a lifetime warranty on these. So with a tent this small profile, there's going to be some compromises. One is going to be the mattress. You only get a 2-inch foam mattress here. And in my opinion, if you're a side sleeper, it's not going to be enough. You're also going to have a condensation mat underneath this mattress. And here you can see the aluminum floor. So I was hoping to use this Lost Horizon mattress in here. This is a full size and it's a little on the big side. Once it's inflated, you can see that it's not fully inflated even right now. If I use the pump, it'd puff out even more. You don't have access to your power station that's going to be up here. So unfortunately, I probably won't be using this in this tent. When I measured the mattress, I got about 78.5 inches long and about 48.5 inches wide. You can see here, I'm about 6'2" and I have plenty of room. My feet have a ton of space with that X hinge, lifting up the front of that. And then also I have my 7-year-old and my 6-year-old in here with me, and you can see how much space we actually have. As long as they don't roll around too much, I think we could sleep in here okay. There's a ton of storage in this tent. You can see down here at the bottom, you have one pocket here, another one over here, and then when you're laying down, you have this one up here. You'd be able to put your phone or an iPad or something up here and watch a movie. Plenty of storage for phones, keys, wallets, whatever it might be. And after a long day, you can throw your dirty laundry behind this here. That's going to keep your bed station a lot more clear. The tent is made out of a 280 gram poly cotton ripstop fabric. You can see all the ripstop little squares there, with a blackout technology that they use also on their awnings. You see this. So when this is zipped up, it's pitch black inside. Rainfly is a 420D Oxford fabric, and it's also removable. You can see there's a zipper right up here. You're able to zip that out right off if you want it off. And also underneath here, there's another zipper. And you can add an annex to this to give you more coverage out the back side of the tent. So like I said, when you have this all zipped up, it's going to be pitch black. And one of my favorite features is going to be the lighting. It goes all the way around. So here, all the way down to the feet, around. Having good quality lighting is very underrated when it comes to rooftop tents. It's very frustrating when it's dark in your tent and you can't find something like your socks or your keys. But with this tent, you have excellent lighting. It is dimmable and there's 3 different temperatures: white, amber, and a yellow. So to power those lights, right down here you have your switch. Just plug in one of your power banks or power stations, or you can get an Anderson plug and run this through the bottom of the tent and have this built-in station right here. So I don't have this set up yet, but you can see it has a voltage gauge, your 12 volt, one here, and here. And then it's also going to have your USB. One other thing it has is another little built-in light right here with a switch right there. Another great feature is going to be on each side down here, a little pass-through for your wires. So if you don't want to use the power up here, you just want to run, let's say, a power cord into your tent, you have passage here on this side and also on the other, right down here. You can see here all the seams are taped, so water should not be able to get in here. And right up here you have your diesel heater port. This has been a lifesaver. A diesel heater is probably one of the best things I ever got for my camp setup. My kids would not camp in 40-degree nights if I didn't have that diesel heater. Yeah, we're soft. We live in Arizona, but just saying, there's quite a few nights when it does get down into the 30s and 40s, and we just pop that diesel heater on and we stay nice and warm. And yeah, you could just get a couple extra blankets, but your face is still going to be cold. With this, you don't even need blankets. You just turn that on and you stay warm all night. So as I turn around at the head area up here, there's another window. So there's gonna be a lot of ventilation. You have it up here, all the sides, below, and down by the foot. So one other disadvantage to having such a low profile tent is you're not going to be able to fit a lot of extra bedding in here. You won't be able to get your pillow and maybe not much more than an extra blanket. But that's just part of the trade-offs that you get with such a small, low profile tent. So closing out the tent is simple. You just take out your rainfly poles. We're going to attach our bungee on the inside. We're going to raise our bungee up on the back. And there's a long strap here that you're able to just pull, and the whole top is going to close down. We'll tuck some fabric in. And we'll just pull her down. Get the last couple little pieces nice and easy here. Push those in. And then we just close up the latches. So I do want to let you guys know, I received this tent as a payment for working at the OPENROAD booth at Overland Expo West. So this is not a sponsored video. This is something that I got for helping out the company. I believe in the company, so I have no problem promoting it. But I do have an affiliate link down below. If you guys purchase anything, an awning, a tent, whatever it might be, I'll get a small little commission, and that just helps me get out there and make more videos. But these are my real thoughts about the tent. I'm not holding anything back, but come back in a couple months because I will have an update video after using this tent for a little while. This one's going to stay on the Jeep for a while. I have another tent coming that I'm going to put on the Sequoia, so stay tuned for another tent review. Similar, but different. So please come back, subscribe to the channel, like, share with a friend, and hopefully we see you guys out on the trail.